What's up everybody, welcome back to another comic haul video. So this one's going to be a really long video, or semi-long, it depends on how it goes. But this is probably the biggest haul I've ever done because this weekend was actually very good to me. I actually found a lot of stuff that was actually discounted along from the stuff that I didn't pick up the week before and this week. Well, not this Wednesday, but this week in general. So just heads up, I'm going to try my best to do this video as fast as I can with the editing that you guys will see. So I'm going to try my best to upload this video today. Now let's go ahead and begin and see what I picked up over the weekend. The first thing that we have here is Batman: The World of the Dark Knight. This book is actually more of an encyclopedia type of deal where it gives you a brief history of the characters, or quote unquote like the Bat family. The cool thing about this is one of the pages actually has Scott Snyder writing a kind of like a letter, I guess you could say, where he kind of like explains how worried or concerned he was in order to, like, when he started writing the Batman New 52 series. And it's actually pretty interesting. Like I said, it's an entire encyclopedia. Gives you like a brief background of like the Batmobile. Trying to show you guys without the glare. There you go. And as you can see on this side where I'm at, you get to see the different years of the Batmobile, and it's actually really cool. Now I'm actually very happy that I picked this up. And I'm so glad it was super discounted because this was 25 bucks alone. Now the next thing that we have is actually my Weapon X46's favorite read. It's actually the Final Crisis Rogue's Revenge. Ryan aka Weapon X46 is a really big fan of the Rogues. So I'm actually thinking of giving him this in case he doesn't have it. And like I said, this was actually on sale. Now this next thing that I picked up is Blue Beetle, the trade paperback Boundaries. DC, you should totally tell Warner Brothers to hire me so I can play Blue Beetle on one of the TV shows or in the movie. Either one is completely fine by me. I just don't care. I just want to be Blue Beetle nowadays. Can you believe how lucky I was this weekend? I'm so glad that I actually waited to do a comic haul video until the end of the week. Usually I get my haul like on Wednesday, Friday, but this time I got mine on a Saturday and a Sunday. So this is actually pretty sick. It was really cool to get this. Now the next thing that I picked up is Y the Last Man Volume 4. I'm actually very happy that I found this one individually, because like I told you guys, I don't really want to buy the giant book that has like the compiled of these trades. I want to have them individually because I just want to read them individually. I feel like a bigger book would be too much space, especially when this is already my newest long box that I'm filling up these comic books in. I probably should slow down a bit on collecting comic books. Now the next thing that I found is also pretty cheap, and I'm actually very happy that I found this one. I'm a huge fan of like old Western stuff, so if you already have an idea what I got, you probably already saw it anyways right now as I move my hands, is the Jonah Hex trade. I think this one is called, oh yeah, here it is, Welcome to Paradise. It's a classic tales of Jonah Hex, and I'm actually really happy that I found this one. I've always been a fan of like old Westerns and like, I'm gonna say war movies and stuff like that, mainly because my father and I used to watch them as I was growing up. So, Jonah Hex was actually one of those characters that I remember seeing as a kid, but never knew it was a comic book itself. You know how when you're growing up, your parents don't really, well, some parents don't really bring you around stuff like this. That's pretty much what happened with me until later on as I grew up, I realized Jonah Hex because we used to see him on the cartoons. I don't remember what cartoon specifically he came out in, to be very honest with you. I know he came out in something when I was growing up, but either way, this is still one of the coolest things I've ever found. Definitely be expecting a video or some kind of review post for this one, because I've always wanted to read stuff about Jonah Hex. He's one of my favorite characters that I've always wanted to get known to, especially when he came out in DC's Legends of Tomorrow. I was actually pretty happy. It was a nice take of the character. I really admire the way they respected the character's, like, I guess you could say origin or lore type of way, and then it just amazing. Awesome job to Legends of Tomorrow for really introducing that character to people nowadays, because not a lot of people still know about the character in general. Now the next thing that I got is actually one of my favorite things ever. Archie Comics posted this on Twitter the other day, and it's a variant of Sonic Universe, pretty much issue 88 I believe, and this is called the Ann Knuckles variant. Obviously there's a lot of memes about Ann Knuckles, but the reason why I got this variant specifically is because if you're an old school Sonic the Hedgehog fan, you'll understand that there's a scene, or like an in-game cutscene, where Knuckles presses a button and then, Sonic and Tails kind of like flop down to the floor. I really love Sonic the Hedgehog. I've always been a fan. I have a friggin' giant poster of Sonic Generations in there. My good friend Joel got these like Sonic figures from a thrift store, and like, I've always been a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. I've loved him more than Super Mario, and getting this variant cover for me was actually really cool. It was an awesome moment when I found this. No, it wasn't discounted. It was actually just cover price, but it's still one of my favorite variants that I've ever picked up so far this year. And here you go. Again. Now the next two things that I picked up, I'm very happy as hell to find this, and I wish I waited. Well, I don't wish, because then I wouldn't have gotten it signed by Mr. Grant Morrison himself. I actually got these two guys right here. Pax Americana, the director's cut. This is actually the awesome pickup that I've ever gotten, because it actually comes with the multiversity map where it shows you like the different Earths and stuff like that. I found them both for $1, and I am so happy that I found these things for $1, because when I saw this I was like, god damn it, I wish I waited. I spent like 15 bucks getting this thing off of eBay, off of some dude on eBay, and it was the only way I could have gotten it, because for some reason these things were like selling like hotcakes. But I think it's because of the map, and also because it's Grant Morrison and the art style is obviously amazing. I was fortunately lucky to get my own copy of the multiversity map signed by Mr. Grant Morrison himself. We had a very good conversation about you know, his past like life in a sense. There was questions that I asked him about like the whole because some people know that he used to be straight edge. It's the lifestyle of not using drugs and alcohol, and I myself am straight edge. So I asked him questions about like his time when he was, and like, you know, what made him not be straight edge anymore and stuff like that. And it was fun. It was really awesome to have a conversation like that with him, and I wish I had a longer conversation with him. Honestly, I really do. I don't want to sound like weird, but it really did feel like we kind of knew where we were when we were talking. We were having these kind of conversations back and forth. We literally stood talking to each other at Kamikaze for like a good maybe 3 minutes. And when you're in line waiting to get your stuff signed by somebody, and you're seeing some fan like having a conversation with the dude and he's hogging up the line, I had to like stop talking to him, because I started noticing people getting really mad, and I mean, I wish again like I could talk to him more, but it was still one of my favorite things ever. He's a big influence on the things that I plan on doing in terms of comic books. And there's my dog again running behind me somewhere. And yeah, let's go ahead and check out the next one. Now this next book that I have here is actually, I believe it's like a reprint type of deal. This is a Marvel comic. It's called Marvel Milestones. And this is called The Two-Gun Kid. This is, you know, the cover that is here. This is interesting. I've never in my life have seen this. I really do not. I believe it's Marvel Comics. Is it Marvel Comics? Marvel Milestones. I'm not entirely too sure, because again, I've never heard of this character. Oh, it is Marvel Comics. It's Marvel Milestones. It's basically a reprint. Alright, so pretty much it comes with issues that are called The Gun Kid, issue 60, from November 1962. Then The Rawhide Kid, issue 17, August 1960. And I believe it comes with, oh no, it's just those two issues that it comes with in this one. So I thought it was pretty cool. My friend Arturo found this at Spiro's Heroes, and it was in a 50-cent box. So I'm a sucker for reprints. The next one that I picked up was at a swap meet. That's right, sometimes I go to the swap meet to find comic books, and you never know what I find. But I got this one because I just don't have anything X-Men related, to be honest. In my collection I have maybe like a few Uncanny X-Men issues, but I never really found a way for me to just sit down and read. I'm not saying this issue that I picked up right here is an issue to start picking up and reading, but this is from Amazing Adventures featuring the X-Men issue 3. And I mainly got it because I remember seeing this a very long time ago, and I forgot why I got it. I don't think it's anything too special, and if it is, well, I love the cover. The cover looks interesting, and I picked it up. It was 50 cents, so I said, why not? You know, why not? The next thing that I picked up was also from the 50-cent box, which is pretty interesting because the little price tag here is like $1.95. But anyways, like I said before, I'm a huge fan of What If series and also Elseworlds and stuff like that. This is the What If Wolverine-led Alpha Flight, and I have no idea what that is. So I figured when I start reading this, I'm gonna do some research before I start reading this so I can actually know what it is. Again, my knowledge in comic books is more DC than it is Marvel. So, you know, there's stuff like that. And I apologize if I feel like I look too bright. Is that better? I don't know if I fixed it. Honestly, I look at myself in this screen here and it looks like I'm like too bright. But whatever, let's keep going. The next thing that I picked up is a Catwoman trade called The Cat File. Now, I've always wanted to read stuff related to Catwoman, but here it is. This is the Catwoman, The Cat File. But again, I've never read anything Catwoman related. I tried to read her New 52 run, which I should have done. I believe it was a New 52 run, right? Where she became like this mob boss towards the end of her run. And I just never got around to it. I've always wanted to read something Catwoman related because I always found the characters to be very interesting. It was I really did love the character, especially when I played, I think it was Arkham City, where you got the chance to play her and roam around the city with her. I liked her mechanics more than Batman himself in Arkham City. Now the next thing that I picked up is an awesome cover. It's a homage cover. This is the Web of Spider-Man special giant size 50th issue. So I thought this was pretty cool to find in a 50-cent box. I don't think it's of any value, but it's still, so some people that love variants and homage covers and stuff like that, this is definitely something to really be like very happy about, because I have the Ghost, I think it's the Ghost variant of Spider-Gwen. Phantom variant, I think it's called, right? Phantom variant issue 1, Spider-Gwen series, and it's something like this, in a way. And, well, more to the collection. The next thing that I picked up is a Superboy comic. I always wanted to have a Superboy comic, but this is Superboy, The New Adventures of Superboy, issue 28. Now, this is the cover of this one. I've never had anything Superboy related, so I figured, hey, you know, why not pick this up? It was only 50 cents too, and well, like I said, finding stuff like this in a 50-cent box is still pretty interesting. Now the next issues that I'm showing you guys is a little bit more modern. Came out either from 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Again, this is like a giant haul for me because I really wanted to get the stuff out of the way so I can have it in my collection, because I'm actually enjoying the read. And don't worry, there will be reviews of these comics that I pick out specifically. The ones that I can easily do, not as lengthy as this, but still easier to do. But the first comic that I picked up for this one, for the more modern one, is called Snot Girl. I got the variant and the regular issue. When I picked these up, the people in the store were actually saying that it's a really good read, and they're very happy that I picked it up. So it made me feel pretty good about myself that I picked it up, because everyone is saying that it's a good read. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to read this, and if I like it, I will review it. And in general, what caught my attention was mainly the covers. You got this one right here, where she looks like she's kind of slacking, and it kind of gives me that whole, like, I'd probably do the same thing too. And then you have this cover, which is but still, it's gonna be pretty interesting to read this, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it sometime during the week, and then review this for a video in the future. Now the next one that I have is the Green Lanterns issue 4, and this one that I have right here is the variant. I actually love this cover more than the regular cover for obvious reasons. It looks really cool. I actually like it. It's really detailed perfectly, in my opinion. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, we get Red Hood and the Outlaws issue 1, the actual issue 1. I believe this is the variant also. I wanted to get this one because the characters actually look more appealing to me. Not saying that the regular cover didn't, but this one feels more like I'm ready to read this book. You got Artemis right here in the bottom, and you got Bizarro up here in the top, and you got Jason Todd right here in the center. Now the next ones that I picked up is the Flash issue 3. So right here is issue 3. And I also picked up issue 4. I put in the same, bag and board because it makes it easier for me to read it. There will be a review for this, but like I said, I picked these two up, and I think it's really interesting. This is the regular covers for both of them, so it's just him running in a blue little streak kind of deal. But what caught my attention about issue 4 was this whole shadow figure here in the background. It's like a yeah type of deal. No spoilers, but still. Now the next one that I also picked up is Nightwing issue 2. The reason why I'm looking at it is because I want to make sure that it's the variant cover that I'm mentioning, and it is the variant cover. I got this one for obviously very obvious reasons. I love Court of Owls, so it's still pretty sick to see this. I'm collecting everything Court of Owls related. Maybe not everything, but this is still a really good read, by the way. Just a heads up, I am doing a video on this as we speak. Now the next one that I got is the Green Arrow issue 4, and this is the regular cover. Pretty nice, right? I like it. I really do like it. And then we got Justice League issue 2. Here we go. This is the regular cover again, folks, by the way. Nothing else to say about it. I just prefer the regular cover on these specific issues. And then we have the all-new Superman issue 2 with Chinese Batman and Chinese Wonder Woman. I'm very excited to read this one. You have no idea how excited I am to read this one. Issue 1 ended in a very, very amazing way. I'm so hyped to read this one. I really am. Now the next one that I got is the Batman Detective Comics issue 938. This is the regular cover. I got it because it looked more appealing than the variant. I think they had a variant. I wasn't too sure. I think I saw a variant unless it was the 937 variant. But either way, I got this one. This is the regular cover, and it looks really cool. It's awesome. I love it. Now the next one that I have is the All-Star Batman. This is the regular cover, not the variant. I'm actually very excited to read this one ever since they announced it. I was gonna get the variants, but I just felt like it was way better for me to just get a regular cover for this one first, and then maybe along the lines I'll probably get a variant. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of breath, but this is it. This is the last one that I'm showing you guys, so we can go on with our days. If you're still watching the video, thank you so much for watching. the video. You have no idea. Thank you guys so much for showing support on the channel, both on my live streams, whether it's supporting it further on the live streams or you're using the fan funding option on the channel. You guys are awesome. I'm really happy to be pushing my channel a little bit more now. And here it is, folks. This is the last one to show you guys. I'm excited because this was seriously the biggest haul. Never again am I doing something like this. Maybe, but never again for a while. This one right here is called The Untamed by Stranger Comics. Asunda, I believe it's pronounced that way. When I was flipping through the pages and trying to read it a little bit, it kind of gave me that whole like Warcraft, Diablo 2 feeling, and it's still, and it's just, it looks good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good. I've never seen this comic book before. I've never heard Stranger Comics before. This is actually the first time I've ever hearing the word Stranger Comics, and like I said, I've never read anything like this. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what this book is about. I hope it's good, and I hope it's like one of those books where it's a one-shot and I don't have to really go out of my way and try to find like an entire run of it. But again, this is called The Untamed. Thank you all so much for watching this video. And again, I hope you're all having a great week or a great Monday to start off. This video is going to be uploaded. It's right now as I'm talking. It's 1:58 p.m. I'm going to try my best to get this video out by around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock p.m. my time, which is California time. But again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching the video. I truly do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and end the video. He is exhausted. He's been like sitting here listening to me show you guys the books. But again, I appreciate all the support you guys show on this channel. And I'm going to go ahead and see you guys later. He's a widow baby. He's literally being held like a baby right now. Are you okay? Oh, he's just tired. But again, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my live streams or in the next video. So take care, everyone. Peace out.